morning. I wanted to go over a few plays from last week, trends I'm seeing, and a play I'll be staying close to going into this week. KLTO is the main one I'm talking about. Start off with it and go over some other trends that I'm seeing. I have been talking about this one in the Circ group quite a bit because I was trading these warrants. I got into them on the 12th, and long story short, this company dropped a PR. Look, you can clearly see where the pivot's saying it was trading at like 17 cents, 18 cents. And they released some preclinical news, fluff news, in my opinion, about longevity and increasing lifespan. They did a test on some mice, and this thing went bananas, as you can see, all the way up to almost $4 from earlier this month, trading in the teens. The reason why it entices me is because if you look, it's kind of staying wedged between the pivots now. And if this tries to retest $2 or potentially even VWAP, I might be looking to enter because this does have a lot of things not going its way. So they repriced the warrants they were like $350, I think, and they repriced them about to where it dropped to $135. And basically, warrants have been getting exercised on the stock, and it will continue to into the 20th. The reprice is till the 20th. So the reason why I was trading the warrants is because you can see they were trading for literally a penny because they were worthless. But now since they got repriced to 135 on Thursday, it kind of separated and was getting more bullish. Like the separation in the price was actually getting more bullish than KLTO. So I went into it and I ended up selling at the end of the day, made some money on it, but I wanted to hold it all the way down to 1 cent. And I'm kind of beating myself up a little bit because I can't short under 50 cents. So I'm going to have to wait for this to get above that. The reason why I'm so interested is I expect KLTO to keep falling. And one of the reasons why I think they're going to keep falling is because they filed an 8K over the weekend as well. And why is it not letting me pull that up? Here we go. And this is an AskEdgar. You can get them to dumb it down for you. But basically, on June 9th, this news was dropped after hours on Friday, and kind of like quietly. The stock didn't even move with this 8K. But on June 9th, it says basically they sold 500K worth of Series B preferred stock to private investors. They're convertible into common stock only after KLTO files a registration statement with the SEC. So basically, there will be dilution. Yeah, they filed this after hours on Friday at 5:30. No movement, but most of y'all probably know how this works, but they have to file a S1 to register those shares. And once the SEC stamps, it's effective. And that usually takes, from what I've seen, like 5 to 10 days. That basically can convert those preferred into common and start dumping those into the market. If they file the S1 early this week, which is very possible, we could see it effective as soon as probably the week of, June 24th, I believe. Yeah, this week, the 23rd. So that's another reason why I'm interested. And then the warrants getting repriced. I feel like it's a setup that I'm going to be keeping a close eye on. So wanted to put that on your radar. But as usual, this is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. This is just stocks that I am looking at. But I will be staying close to this ticker throughout the week. And on pops, we'll be looking to enter. And if I can get back into these warrants. The main reason I sold was because they were using up an excessive amount of buying power. And I keep my account relatively small. Most people have daily losses on their broker. I kind of just keep my trading account on the smaller side. That's my backup if I want to get reckless. So there's not much to blow. But yeah, so very interested in, especially these warrants. Very, very interested because when it gets repriced to 335 on June 20th, and if it's just trading anywhere close in this range, which I expect it to be in this range or lower, these will go back to only being worth a penny. And I would like to be in that position. So if it gets back up to 50 cents, I'm going to start getting some starter positions. And if it dares to go back up to like 64, some range in here, I'm definitely going to add and swing to the 20th. The next thing I wanted to talk about is just a trend I'm seeing. You probably can tell based on all these tickers that I'm showing you right here. I've been trying to dial in my entries a little bit since some of these stocks have just been so unpredictable. But a very common thing, which is nothing new, is the daily 200 has really been a consistent rejection point, especially during market hours. Pre-market, not so much, because a lot of times they'll pop, and within the first minute, they're already over the 200 moving average. And when that happens, a lot of times they keep running. They'll come back to reality, a lot of times even the same day. But they go on a tear before they do that. So one of my biggest plays of, I think it was technically, when was this? Yeah. Friday was, on the 6th was this play. And I did go pretty heavy on this one. I think it was about a 11, 12K position, but I wanted to go over why my conviction was high with it. So as you saw, I guess I should have. So the 200 moving average was roughly around 653. And let me change this back to 5 minutes. But I entered this position on this halt up right here. So I know a lot of people will play these into resistance. They'll wait for it to, kind of break over, then retest, which I think is a great strategy, but I wanted to get in. And when this halted up, somebody in the group alerted us too. I don't think it was me, but I remember commenting on this play. And long story short, when it halted up here, it unhalted at 7, and that was where the majority of my position was, literally $7 or $6.99. I can't remember, one of those. And then it just fell down, and that was based on intraday testing the 200. It's been a very consistent play, and if I pull, and y'all know if I tell y'all these, I like to back it up with proof. So as you can see, BRLS on June 6th made 2.39K on that move. It's so funny looking at this, just the inconsistency with like how heavy I go. Because if I would have got the same 20% here, it would have only been $100, but 20% here was 2.3K. But I trade size based on conviction, so you'll see variance. But yeah, so it's a common thing I'm seeing, especially even like this one, KZIA. Y'all know, probably remember it Wednesday, just a few days ago. This was like the big runner of the day, and I got beat up a little bit on the way up. Not much, because I'm not playing free market as much. I've been waiting for market open, but the play of the day for gappers, I mean, it could not get past that level, and it's a beautiful entry if you would have played it that way. So I didn't. I mean, I did. I honestly, I can't remember how I played this one, but I know I got beat up originally, and I might have avoided it some. I did enter it at some point, but I didn't play it as high of conviction as I should have, I think, if you look at where it was at, because I'm really noticing a common theme where they're just rejecting here hard lately. EONR, another one. This is one that someone on my live stream mentioned as well, and I jumped in with when it tested that's what this is, as you can see from the year to date, about 82 cents. And then when we got this level shortly after open, shorted it, and it immediately rejected. So common theme, here's another one. And then often the days follow and they fade hard. Like, look at this. So nothing new, rejections at the 200, but with small caps just acting up lately, I am going to start focusing more on my entries around the 200. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was going into next week. I predict energy stocks to stay bullish. RB, NE made an insane move. I'm so used to seeing these insane moves lately. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because I expect it to continue to be a theme next week. And also, I mean, the Israel-Iran escalation's only getting more intense. And I've seen some headlines about some of the targets with some of the missiles were at some of the energy infrastructure. So I expect there to probably be some more momentum when this de-escalates, and I think we all pray it is soon. Most of these will go back down rather quickly, but until it's de-escalated, I predict this to be a theme. But one of the main reasons I wanted to show it was because y'all heard me talk about this in the circle group. Between like 12 o'clock and about 2 o'clock on Fridays, a lot of the top gappers, they give a majority of it back. And look, it got all the way up to 20. And then by end of the day, it's in like 11. And at 4 p.m., I mean, right before, it got all the way down to 11:50, closed around 13, 14. So it is a trend that I'm going to stay closer to 12 to 2 on Fridays. That might be something to look at, because it consistently gives back so much. So even if you just took a position here, there's quite a bit of a move that, and it bailed me out on the day. Ended up having a decent green day on Friday, but this move definitely helped. But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to discuss mostly. Comment if you like these videos, or like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. I will be going live most this week on YouTube. And if you're in the circle group, I didn't send out many alerts last week, I noticed, but I'll be sending out more alerts this week when I have high conviction on some of these plays, particularly these 200 moving average fails on the daily. But yeah, join the group if you haven't. And if you're not a subscriber, I'd appreciate it. Thank y'all, and look forward to trading this week.